Welcome to Medellin, Colombia. Before coming to Colombia, it's important to know what is required and needed before you get here. So, as of December 14th, 2021, the government began requiring all visitors be vaccinated against COVID-19. So you must show your COVID vaccination card to enter the country, really to even get on the plane. You won't even be allowed to get that far without showing it. And then while we've been here in this city, a lot of restaurants and bars and even tours have required us to show our vaccination cards before we can enter as well. So it is an important aspect to being here in Colombia that you are vaccinated against COVID. Now, as far as other vaccinations go, such as like yellow fever, it's not a requirement to come to Colombia unless you're coming from certain countries. So I would just double check before you actually fly here, your country of origin, and see if the yellow fever vaccine is required. But generally, unless you're going to like national parks or some of the more rural areas, you're not going to need it. The big cities, it's not a problem here. Same thing with malaria, unless you decide to go more rural areas in the big cities such as Bogota and Medellin and Cartagena, you don't need to worry about malaria either. As far as the healthcare system goes, they actually have a very good, especially here in Medellin, a really good and efficient healthcare system. So if you were to have an accident or something while you're here, get sick in any way, not a problem. You can find hospitals and clinics that will be able to take care of you very well. Now, as far as safety goes, I know that's a really big concern, and before I came, a lot of people asked me about the safety in Medellin, and really where we are in El Poblado, it feels very safe. Petty crime is still, apparent, and does happen. A couple of our participants have been pickpocketed while we've been here, but in general, violent crime has really gone down since Pablo Escobar's death. And the city has really transformed into a safe, or relatively safe city for visitors and travelers. So they actually have a local saying that says, "Don't get papaya," which basically just means like, don't stand out, don't be flashy, and don't make yourself sort of like in a position for other people to take advantage of you. So that is what I would say just about safety here, just normal precautions, keeping your things to yourself, and not going around and wearing like your most expensive jewelry or anything like that. But in general, it is a relatively safe city, and I have enjoyed being able to just walk around and explore the city on my own. No big deal. If late at night or if it's raining or something, I'll always take an Uber. That's always an option when you're in the city. Medellin, there are really like two main neighborhoods that travelers and nomads stay in, and that is El Poblado, which is where I am, and Lorales. So the reason I really love El Poblado is how green it is over here. I've been to some of the other neighborhoods and they're not quite as green as this one, so that's a really nice benefit of living in this area. Also in this area, there's just so many cafes and restaurants and bars and places to hang out. So no matter what kind of vibe you're looking for, you can kind of find it here in El Poblado. The difference in Lorales, which I've heard, I haven't actually stayed there, is just that it's a little bit quieter. So because this is, a lot of like nightlife here in this area, it can be a little loud at night. So I've heard that Lorales is a bit on the quieter side, but I would recommend checking out both of them and just seeing which one works best for you. As far as like finding housing goes, I would say Airbnb is really probably the most popular. We're using a mix of Airbnb and like housing rental companies. So we've used a mix of two different options here. I am here in the January, February, March time period, and that does seem to be the most expensive time to visit. So I would definitely recommend maybe visiting off season if that is going to be an issue for you, because there is not a ton of housing available right now for people who are looking to come right at this time. But that is just a little bit about the areas and the housing options here in Medellin.